If you've been following my KiCad 9 tutorial series, you'll recognize this circuit and this project straight away. It's the drone project we've been building from start, and today I'm finally showing you the full working system. Well, almost, because I need to get some connectors. But before we go through the circuit of this PCB, this project would not have been possible without PCBWay, the sponsor of this video. They offer PCB manufacturing and assembly services with quick turnaround and competitive prices. You can upload your Gerber files directly, choose your board specification, and get an instant quote. Don't get hung up on choosing the color of your PCB, there are many options to choose from. They support a wide range of options including multi-layer boards, flexible PCBs, and assembly for both surface mount and through-hole components. PCBWay also hosts a shared projects community where designers can share their work and browse open source projects. It's a good resource if you're looking for inspiration or reference designs. So once again, thanks to PCBWay for supporting this channel and sponsoring this video. You'll find a link in the description if you'd like to try them out for your next project and get a bit of a discount for yourself. I also share my projects on the PCBWay community page, so you can check out my projects there too if you want to order them for yourself. Now, back to the video. So as I mentioned, I've not been able to make the drone fly at the moment. There's a bunch of code that I need to write up and some connectors I need to buy for the motors. I could just directly wire them to the solder pads, but I'd rather do it properly and get some connectors for this. Obviously I need to buy a connector for the battery as well, but I've got the batteries, and you can see on the screen now I've got the rubber grommets and everything to hold the motors in place. So today I want to focus on the circuit and basically break it down step by step. So as I mentioned throughout the series, the design was based on a open source drone project I found online, which I've linked in a lot of episodes that I've done. My goal was to use it purely as a learning and teaching tool. However, I think it was important to get it built as well, just to show you guys that, it does work and basically give more value to the project itself, because we finally have something that we built up. Obviously the project itself, the KiCad tutorial series is not complete. I think I have about 10 more episodes to go on that as well. So there's a lot more we'll go through as we kind of explore KiCad 9 and learn how to use it in more detail. So on the screen now, on the left hand side, obviously you've got my schematic, and on the right hand side you've got the PCB design. Now this PCB design I've done myself, so I've not copied that from the reference project. At the heart of the drone is the ESP32 Room 32 module. So this supports Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and I intend to use the Bluetooth as a controller. So if you remember on my channel, I previously designed a Bluetooth and ESP32 based controller as well. So I'll be using that controller to basically control the drone. Obviously the ESP32 is what's running all the code, controlling the motors, driving the LEDs. Now at the center, or roughly the center of the board, I've got a MPU6050, which is this tiny chip over here. And the communication to that is with I2C, as you can see over here. So the SDA and SCL lines, maybe we can see it here somewhere. So this is the SCL line and this is the SDA line with two pull-up resistors that are required for I2C, and they go to the ESP32 room module. The MPU6050 is a 6-axis IMU, so it gives the drone orientation in space. So you can basically use the data from it to calculate pitch and roll. So it's got a gyroscope and a accelerometer. The ESP32, as I mentioned, communicates with it with I2C, so it gets the acceleration data in the X, Y, Z direction. It gets the gyroscope data as well. I have a working code for that, so I can show you that in a bit. So we can read this data every few seconds and basically calculate pitch and roll for the drone from there. Obviously, pitch and roll is going to be very important for keeping the drone stable. I'm not entirely sure how you manage acceleration. So obviously the MPU6050 is very important for this project. To power the whole thing, obviously the circuit can be powered with a USB-C socket over here, but ideally you want a battery because it's a drone, you don't want it tied down. And for that I have the basic TP4056 circuit. We've been through this circuit many times on the channel, so I'm not going to go through it in much detail, but I've set programming resistor or the charge current resistor to basically charge the battery to 846 milliamps, which you can see with this calculation over here. It's got two LEDs of its own to show charging, kind of standby state, which the LEDs are over here. The reason I'm showing you this PCB and everything is because I'm going to upload this to PCBWay, so you can order your own as well if you want to and play around with this. The battery is connected through this connector over here, so I've got a 3D model of that, which might be useful to look at. So you can see this is the battery connector, this is the motor connectors over here, and this is where I am putting the motors as you saw on the video before this. So I've got myself a 2 amp LiPo battery, which I intend to basically just tie down to the bottom of the drone. Now for the drone to take flight, we have 4 motors and each one is controlled by a MOSFET. So if I was to go to kind of the motor driver circuit, let's select our MOSFET and we can basically focus on just one motor. The motor itself is controlled directly by the ESP32. So you basically want to send some PWM signal onto this MOSFET over here. You need a fast switching MOSFET and a MOSFET that can handle obviously 2 amps comfortably, because these motors are going to be taking a lot of current. The connector for the motor is over here, and then you have some flyback diode as well to prevent the MOSFET from getting damaged when the motor is turned off. So a very simple circuit and gives us full speed control of the motor. So higher duty cycle is a faster spinning motor, and hopefully that means we can fly the drone higher once we get it working. So as I mentioned before, I have 3 LEDs on this board as well. So it's D6, D7 and D8, and they are all placed on the left hand side. So you got all the LEDs over here. So we can use them like a power indication. We can use it for a heartbeat, maybe low battery warning, and different flying modes. Now for the ESP32, you can see there is another IC over here, which is this IC. And essentially what this IC does is convert the USB signal coming from the USB-C connector into UART and send that to the microcontroller. So you can see we've got USB D- and D+ coming in over here. We've set up our design rules and net classes for 90 ohm impedance, which you can see it goes into our pin 5 and pin 4 of the UART bridge, which is a CP2102N. And this we can basically use for debugging purposes. So once I show you the code on the Arduino, you'll understand where we are sending serial data to the Arduino IDE and monitoring the MPU 6050 output data. This over here basically allows you to automatically control the enable and boot, so that you don't need to press switches in order to put the microcontroller into programming mode. So quite useful little circuit over here. Obviously surrounding it, we have our decoupling capacitors and everything like that we generally need for ICs. I think that pretty much covers everything that I have on this board. So relatively simple board for a drone. Obviously, 4 motors, some LEDs for indication, and IMU, which is the MPU 6050. We are monitoring battery voltage as well on a analog channel. So if you wanted to see that, I think that's in the power management block. You have basically this potential divider over here. So you've got VBAT divided by 2, and that's going into our ESP32. So you got BAT VDC, and that's going into pin 7 or IO35 over here. I think other than that, there's not much else on the board. There is a toggle switch, very basic. Now I'll continue developing the code for this and basically writing all the codes to get pitch, roll, and the control for the motors and everything all set up, as well as continuing with the KiCad 9 tutorial series, which I think I have about 10 videos left. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and become a member of this channel if you want to support these kinds of projects in the future. Thanks for watching, and that's the video.